Hey guys, this is the second video of assembly for the Alta Superior models. We're going to assemble a Sanchez rack here, which is our flagship rack and our widest rack as well. So this should easily show you how to assemble the E-Quattro, and we'll talk through that as we're going through. So we're going to start with your top horizontal bar. In the superior models, one thing to note, in order for the gussets to work correctly and the system to work correctly, you can only assemble this either at the lowest position or at its highest position. So you see 3 holes. The middle hole is not an option. It's either the bottom hole or the top hole. So if you run in a large vehicle, like trucks, lifted, anything lifted, I would definitely go with the lower hole. It makes it easier. If you got the lower to the ground, your SUVs, like Subis and minivans or anything like that, you can go to the top hole. Also, if you have longer bikes, you go to the top hole. So we start again with our 3/8/16 bolts. I'm gonna mount this actually on the lowest hole. Actually, go this way from the driver's side, and you'll see why. Take another bolt, run that through, and the third bolt right from the front and right through. We're gonna tighten these with a washer and a nylock. Washer and nylock, and these are black zinc plated hardware, which it is coated for resisting rust and weather, and they last pretty long. Now we're not gonna, the difference here, and kind of have to set up, so we're not gonna super tighten these. And you'll see why, because the system needs everything to be loose initially. We're just gonna kind of turn, couple of turns, and that gives us enough play. The back one. Again, you want to keep it pretty loose, so you want that movement. Next thing we're gonna do are actually the baskets. So, because of the gusseting system, you need to run the first 4 baskets in. So there's 2 options here actually. You can either do the basket first or the gear slider. These are like optional where you want to put it, but for this exercise we're gonna put the gear slider or the gear hanger here and just basically hand tighten it, and that gets it nice. And it's got anything that gets on this bar is gonna have a lock-in nut, so you can jam nut anything once you find the location. This is great to hang your water packs, helmet, whatever you want that you don't want inside your vehicle, like right after you ride, rather than throwing them on the dirt and the ground. So we'll follow that with a basket. Notice that the gusset or the AR is away from the vehicle. So where I'm standing would be the vehicle behind me. We have this on a stand plugged in. Same thing with the top bar. The top bar is on the vehicle side, not on the opposite side. Even though the holes are symmetric, that is not the design to put the bar on this side. If you put the bar on this side, you are going to damage your racks on your bikes. It's just not how it's designed. So we'll put the first basket in, and you could do this like, you don't have to do this right now, but I like to put everything together. So I'm basically going to put the e-bike straps in as I put the slider. So with each rack, with each basket, you get an e-bike strap with the superior models. I'm gonna put that in, take my next e-bike strap. This is a pull down function, so boom, there it is. Now follow this the same way. Start with your gear hanger. Get that all the way. Get your next basket. Oh, wait, I forgot the e-bike straps. So I'm gonna grab these e-bike straps. And put that on next. And there's a good video on these, how to set them up, how to use them. And then I'm gonna put the basket. Actually, I could put the e-bike straps right next to each other if I wanted to. Because they do go on the right actually, so these would be on the inside, and you'll see there's a good video on that as well, how to use those as you're using those e-bike straps. So you want to expose these holes, that's where we are now. So the threaded holes in the top bar, they don't go through, so we basically are threading right into the top bar. That's the next step. We're gonna take our 4 short bolts right here, and you're gonna take each gusset, which are these are our gussets. You're gonna get 2 of these. This is for Sanchez. So if you were purchasing the Quattro, you would only get the driver's side of this, which is obviously doesn't go on this side, but it does go on that side. You can see it lines up with our lower, and I have the bolt removed, by the way. That's what you're going to do as well on the latch, on the lower latch. So if you were putting this at the higher position, the top bar, to go higher for the shorter vehicles or longer bikes, you would remove the other bolt on the latch, because this would go all the way up on the vertical post where the latch is. But I don't think these are lined up. Alright, I'm gonna try to get these threaded. As you can see, this was not practiced, and that's how we do things. Because if I can't do it on the fly, then I need practice. I'm gonna keep these just barely threaded, maybe a couple more turns so they don't pop out. Next, I'm gonna install the other gusset, which is right here. I'm gonna start threading that in. Get that aligned, thread that in. It's going in pretty easy. And just kind of let it be there. Next, we're going to install the low bar using the longer bolts that we showed you. So those long 3/8/16s, they're a lot longer than the current. I believe these are 4.5 inch. Is that correct? Or 4 inch about. I already have them inserted into the gusset with the washers. 2 of them.